tricksters. No, I'm talking about where is he? I'm talking about this Loki. Yeah, we talk about you. He taught me a lesson of being persistent because he wants his dinner and he does not stop bugging me until I get up and get him his food. Right, Loki? Do you want food? Huh? Do you want happy happy? Oh, that's his. Oh, here's another one. Oh, Freya, you want happy happy too? Oh, I said that word. Can we sit? Can we sit? Be very patient. But of course, it doesn't last very long. However, what I wanted to share with you is sometimes we are just not persistent enough. And then we wonder why we don't get what we want. Why don't we achieve what we pictured, right? Because we are not persistent enough to go after our goals. How we communicate it to other people, to perhaps get help, right? I mean, Loki is communicating to me in his language that he is hungry and that it's dinner time for him. And so often we miss that part, especially as entrepreneur, especially as women sometimes, because we think, I can do it by myself. I don't need anybody, right? But the magic starts to happen when you get help, when you communicate with other human beings, with other people who could support you on your quest. And that goes vice versa. You could be a supporter for someone else. Let me know if you agree. What is your number one um, thing that you do to stay connected or ask for help or go after your goal and be persistent with what you do? Because sometimes that's really the missing part, right? So I would love to hear that because I can learn something from it. Obviously, yes, Loki always teaches me lessons. And now he is actually quiet because he knows I'm talking to you. Unless I'm giving him some of the cues. But how about we go and make his dinner while we are talking, right? So the whole idea is, how do you stay persistent? Well, one of the things is we sometimes have to just do things even when it's hard, even if we don't necessarily feel like it. This morning, I made a decision. I have to start going to the gym again. So, 5 o'clock, I woke up and I thought, okay, today is gym day. Just get out of the warm bed and go and start working out. So, without thinking, do I feel like it? Do I really want to do it? No, you just make a decision and do it. And that's the only way we can get things done. If you want to get fitter, you better go and start working out, right? Yes, thank you. And so, one of the things, hi everybody, is what is the biggest obstacle that you face when it comes to not getting what you want? Is it persistence? Is it you don't know how? Is it because you don't have support? Because sometimes we have to ask for support. We have to ask other people to help us. Like in this case, my dog Loki, he cannot mix his food by himself. So I am someone he needs. But then on the other hand, he pays me back with cuddling and so forth, right? So here you have it. So make sure to be persistent in your pursuit and go after your goals. Even if it's hard, even if you don't feel like it, just do it, right? This is the magic in my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting some food on the table for my doggies. And I have this wonderful um, homemade, I don't know if you can see it. It's a pre-mix, just for those who are dog lovers here. Um, it's kind of a raw diet. It's like a what is it? Dehydrated food, human grade, and you just put some water to it. And I always do something special for my doggies. If I have some goodies leftovers, which I have here, I'm warming up. I always mix it into it, so it's nice for them as well. Okay, here we go. And then I'll mix my food here. And let's see where the doggies are. Should I show you the doggies? Let me see if I can flip it around. Are you ready for your food? Loki, you better sit. Good boy. And we're going to be patient, right? Oops. Here we go. That's hot. And then we're going to take some of that. Oops. I don't even have a stand because I really didn't mean to do this. But now, since I have you and some of you. Hi, Loki. Yes. Okay, let me get that. I'm going to flip it around again. Okay, that's better because here, ooh, dehydrated. And then, of course, I have to put some water into it. Oh, is that good? And Loki, do you like that? Do you like that? Oh, I have to have water. And that's another thing. I always do some nice warm water for them to dehydrate the food. Okay. I have like a little. Okay. And then I just had some leftovers from my food earlier today. And of course, they get something too. Okay, let me woof. This is how it looks like. Let me turn it around. So this is kind of that food that needs to be hydrated. Okay. Not everybody has the means to receive support. Jim, I tell you, everybody can do that. You just have to ask, right? How we hear, ask and ye shall receive. That's what I learned. And to tell you the truth, sometimes, it's a little bit more water here. Sometimes I didn't ask. And that's when I didn't get any support, right? And I said that earlier. Sometimes we just forget that there are other people out there that can be very supportive of you, okay? But if we don't ask, we don't know. So be persistent in what you do and be persistent in asking. Ask for help, okay? But sometimes we think it just goes one way. It always goes both ways. You ask for help, and at the same time, you also want to think about, what can I give, right? Because it goes both ways. You give and you receive. And when we do that, we are on the right way. All right. So now my doggies, especially Loki, because that's how it started out, because he was so persistent in asking me, where is my food? Where is my food? That I actually had to get up and mix it together. Here we go. That is the food, and I put some rice in it, and there was some leftover meat. Yeah, and it's human grade. Not that I wanted to eat, but it's the good things. Like with everything, if we want to be strong and healthy, we have to get the good stuff. All right, my friends, that's it. I'm going to start feeding. Here we go. Here we go. Ready, Loki? Good. And Freya, you too. Come on. All right, my friend. That was it for today. I just want to go live uh, just because I want to go live every day. And I also want to just share a little bit of my life, my daily life. Yes, I'm sitting in the office, I'm working, but sometimes I also just have to stop and feed my dogs, right? So, and that's what I just did. And that was a lesson from Loki because he was very persistent. He was ready to get his dinner. And so I thought, that's a good lesson to learn for all of us, right? All right, my friends. Have you had times in your life where everything seemed to go wrong for years? You know, I had times in my life where a lot of stuff went wrong. But here is the thing, we always have control over our thoughts, of our decisions, even when it's hard. And trust me, I had very hard times that I went through. And in that very moment, it doesn't feel good. I have to admit it. It doesn't. But also remember, there will be a time that it'll change and you will feel good. And here's one thing somebody told me, and I pass it on. If you think back when you are in the midst of something that is hard, and if you think back at a time, maybe a year prior, or 2 or 5, whatever, a time in the past where you were happy, right? Or maybe you think back at a time where it was hard, you got through it. And if you think now back, so, yeah, it was hard, but that's in the past. And just put it into this future. If you have a hard time, just think about that shall pass too. And it will. And you have the power to make a decision to do something different. If you got in a pickle or you're in a situation that is challenging, find help, find support, and make a decision to figure out how you can get out of it. Because at the end, that's what it's all about. It's on us. If we wait for someone else to solve the problem, we're going to put the solution in somebody else's hand. And that can take for a long time. So if you keep the power, and if you want to keep the power in your own hand, you have to look for the solution yourself. So I hope that helped. All right, my friend, this is it. Now my dogs are fed and they want to go for a walk. Well, thank you for all the hearts. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I hope it helped you just to keep on moving forward. And I know you can do it because the human mind is so resilient. The human nature is I can get through it and I can move forward. And when you keep that in mind, then you will, because we are. That's our human nature. We are resilient beings. All right, my friends, I will talk with you tomorrow because I decided this week I'm going to do a live every single day. Sounds good? I'll see you tomorrow.